Like that little cat fucking tie
Dude,
bar.
you gotta get one of these, man. My
Look
fiance
at that, a
bought
cat
it for
tie
me.
bar. That thing's
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah, Kevin McCarthy
man,
watching.
that thing's sharp as hell, man.
Thanks, dude. Congratulations. I've been
Thanks,
waiting
pal.
months to ask you this question.
Uh-oh.
When I first saw the trailer, when you and Buck are passing the shield back and forth.
Right.
How are you filming that? What does that look like when you're fighting Iron
Sure.
Man and the shield's going back and forth?
That's CGI. It's too impossible to try and navigate actual throws like that and get the shot you need. That's the tricky part of the shield in general. You know, sometimes you have the full, real heavy shield. Sometimes you have the foam shield if you got to hit somebody in the face. Sometimes there's no shield, you know, when you got to do really acrobatic things with it. So during that one, it was a lot of miming and really tricky to go back and watch playback and, you know, maybe I threw too soon and he caught too late, or you know, you really have to make sure, even in your miming of the exchange, that the timing is still there. That was one of the trickiest scenes in the movie.
You're a great actor and you're also a great director. What I find fascinating is directing could possibly change the way how you are as an actor. It kind of teaches you things about yourself as an actor.
Sure.
You made the first cap before you directed Before We Go. You made this cap after you directed it.
Yeah.
How have you changed as an actor since you became a director, and is this cap different because of the directing?
That's a great question.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks, man, for not just asking how I work out. And I wish I had a good answer for you. I will say there's nothing more eye-opening than being in the editing room, editing yourself as an actor and realizing what you do. You know, your gimmicks, your hiccups, your weaknesses, and they're abundant. And so going into this one, especially coming off of directing, you really try and shed as many. What I found as an actor, what I did is you protect yourself a lot. You really do a lot of things of, you know, you use as many takes as you can, doing what you think is the most safe interpretation of the dialogue, as opposed to taking risks and saying, you know what, because we're on the clock. You know, we only have a certain amount of time. But taking those risks and being more adventurous with your performance is where the best stuff comes from. So on this one, I think I tried to be a little more free in terms of how I was going to approach the character.
That's awesome. Now, in the trailer, when we see that moment, this is not a spoiler, where Iron Man goes, "Underoos," and then Spidey grabs the shield.
Yeah.
How does that look when you're shooting it? Because obviously we see the shield in your hand, it gets grabbed, it gets taken up, your hands get taken by the webs.
Yeah.
How does that look? Is Tom there when you're shooting that?
No, that one shot of that happening, I'm literally exactly as I am now and doing this, and just, you know, it's all, you're faking it, you're miming it, because that's all post. Obviously, no one's shooting webs, and obviously they couldn't actually mime someone taking the shield off my wrist. So a lot of it is kind of having to mimic how those actions would go.
What has Cap taught you about yourself that you didn't know going in? Now, it's interesting because the character has a lot of conflict. He's internally struggling. He's externally struggling.
Sure.
What has he taught you about yourself that you didn't know as an actor and a person?
Sure. It's nice to when you do these interviews with people and they say, you know, what people respond to as a result of Cap, what people feel about him, and you see how people are so touched by someone who is selfless, and how touched people are by someone who just wants to do the right thing with no praise, no agenda, no ego involved. It really is inspiring to leave and kind of say that really does have an impact. This isn't just a hypothetical that if I'm a good man, people will. It's in all of our nature to be good. It is. I believe that. And it's nice to kind of have these interviews and do these press tours where people say the parts of Cap they respond to were his intrinsic quality of morality and values. And it makes you go home at night and really aspire to kind of look at yourself and try and be the best person you can be, because that's what has the most positive ripple effect in this world.
That's awesome. Thank you for